Once, in a busy American railway station, there lived a man named Daniel. Every day, he survived by asking passengers for spare change as they waited for their trains. One morning, while Daniel was begging, he noticed a well-dressed businessman stepping onto the platform. His sharp suit and confident posture caught Daniel's attention. Daniel thought, "This man must be rich. If I ask him, he'll surely give me something." With hope in his eyes, Daniel approached him and stretched out his hand. But instead of giving him money, the businessman, Mr. Carter, looked at him and asked, "Do you always just take from others? Have you ever given anything to anyone?" Daniel froze. No one had ever asked him a question like that. Confused, he answered quietly, "Sir, I'm just a beggar. I survive by asking for money. I have nothing to give to anyone." Mr. Carter smiled gently and said, "If you believe you have nothing to give, then you also have no right to ask. I'm a businessman. I believe in exchange. If you offer me something, I can give you something in return. But if you have nothing to give, I can't give you anything either." Saying this, Mr. Carter boarded his train and left. Daniel stood there stunned. The businessman wasn't rude, he was honest. And for the first time, Daniel wondered, maybe this is why people rarely give me money. I offer nothing in return. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. The only thought running through his mind was, if you want to receive, you must first give. 2 days passed. Daniel didn't beg at all. He was too busy thinking. On the third day, while sitting at the station, he noticed a small patch of wildflowers blooming near the tracks. Their bright colors caught his eye. Suddenly, an idea sparked in his mind. What if I give something in return? What if I offer people a flower every time they give me money? Determined, Daniel picked a handful of flowers and returned to his usual spot. The next time someone handed him a coin, he smiled and offered them a flower. To his surprise, people accepted the flowers with happiness. Some even smiled warmly and thanked him. Days passed, and something amazing happened. People began giving him more money, and Daniel noticed a pattern. When he had flowers, people gave generously. When he didn't, their donations decreased. It was clear. People loved receiving something in return. One afternoon, while Daniel was handing out flowers, he suddenly recognized a familiar face on a train. It was Mr. Carter. Daniel rushed over and said, "Sir, today I have something to offer. If you give me money, I'll give you flowers in return." Mr. Carter smiled, handed him some cash, and accepted a few flowers. "You've understood the value of exchange," he said. "Today, you're no longer a beggar. You've become a businessman." As the train stopped at the next station, Mr. Carter stepped off. Daniel stood there, replaying those words. A businessman? Me? And suddenly, something clicked. He realized, people aren't giving me money out of pity anymore. They're paying for the flowers I give them. That means I have a business. Filled with excitement, Daniel made a bold decision. That very day, he left the railway station and never returned as a beggar again. 6 months later, at the same station, 2 well-dressed men shook hands. One of them looked puzzled. "Do I know you?" he asked. The other man smiled. "Yes, we've met twice before on this train." The first man squinted, trying to remember, and then his eyes widened. "You're the beggar, the one I refused to give money to, and then later bought flowers from." Daniel laughed. "Yes, that was me, but I'm no longer a beggar. I run a successful flower business now. I'm traveling to expand it." Mr. Carter was amazed. "That's incredible. What changed?" Daniel replied with a proud, steady smile. "You taught me one of life's greatest truths. We only receive when we give. I realized I wasn't a beggar. I was a businessman all along. I just had to see myself that way." The 2 men shook hands again, now as equals, then boarded their trains, heading toward their futures. Life is shaped by how you see yourself. If you believe you are small, you will stay small. But if you recognize your inner potential, you can rise to greatness. Change your thoughts, and your future will follow. Life lesson. Real change begins in the mind. You transform your life the moment you stop seeing yourself as powerless. When you choose to give effort, kindness, value, creativity, the world gives back. Your mindset is the seed. Your future is the flower.